What's good, everybody? My name is Corey and I'm here today to do a special type of video. Before the Snyder Cut comes out, I want to go and take a look back at the foundations of the Snyderverse, as I'm calling it. So let's start today with doing a look back at Justice League. Like and subscribe this video if you do enjoy these type videos. Help me to keep growing the channel, and let's get started. When you're looking back at the Snyderverse, I feel like you have to do it with special consideration given to Justice League. I feel like the best way to view this movie, or really the only way to view this movie in a positive light, is to view it through a vacuum. In a vacuum, this movie is fine. It has some action, it has some drama, it has a simple enough plot. In a vacuum, not talking about anything else outside of the Justice League movie we saw on the screen, the worst part of that movie would have to be its lame attempts to be funny. And if the jokes weren't lame, then they were just awkward. Lame.
Take it back. I want to die. Man, my toes hurt. I don't even understand the physics of how my toes hurt.
Overall, I'd have to say that this really wasn't a bad movie. You have some good enough action that can keep you moving, as far as the movie is paced. You have, well acted, well shot, shots, aside from a few very gratuitous butt shots of Gal Gadot.
We spoke.
But for the most part, the plot is so simple that you can put this on in the background and never get lost with it. You have a bad guy trying to get 3 boxes, and if he gets them, he'll merge them and destroy everything. And the good guys just have to stop him. That is the whole movie. There's other things that happen along the way, but that's the movie. And in a vacuum, even with its awkward comedy, even with its lame attempts to be funny, even with some of the weird choices in shots when it comes to Wonder Woman, I don't feel like this movie is horrible. But the problem is this: the movie does not exist in a vacuum, and because it doesn't, it's terrible. One of the biggest things I take issue with when it comes to taking this movie out of a vacuum and looking at it as the third part of this Snyderverse is Batman. You have moments like this.
We buy him some time. He can stop that box from destroying all life on Earth. We help him. Well, I need him to bring me back because you like me. I don't. Not.
Now, what's crazy is that this character is the same character, in time, no multiverse stuff happening. This is the exact same character who said this.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
And it just doesn't seem like to me that this one character who felt so strongly one way in one film is now one film, the next film, he's talking like he likes Superman. Like, that just wouldn't happen. And that level of inconsistency bothered me about the Batman character. And if we're talking about inconsistencies, let's just talk about Justice League as a whole. When you're looking at this thing on the screen, it's very inconsistent. You can even see weight changes in Ben Affleck's Batman, from reshoots to original shoots and last minute pickups. You could just tell that his weight is changing. He is not necessarily doing this continuously. You also look at the tonal shift. I feel like nothing about the movie was consistent with what Zack Snyder was doing previously, and it bothered me so much. I came out of this movie years ago thinking it wasn't that bad, but because of what it is that bad, if that makes sense to anyone. One of the reasons why people rode so hard for releasing the Snyder Cut and us getting a chance to see the completed version of Zack Snyder's vision is because we could very clearly tell that what we got with Justice League that came out and hit theaters was not at all in line with what Zack Snyder would have done if he was given full creative freedom. And even though this project that we're gonna get it has me excited, I'm sure it'll have its flaws, but most importantly, I know that it will be a version of what the original Universal's or the universe's designer came up with. There won't be anything in here that is something the studio shoehorned in because they wanted that to be in there. There's nothing going to be in this new Snyder cut that we're about to get that's going to be manipulated by another director or changed up by another set of writers. This is what he wanted us to see. And that's why people ride so hard for it, because this version of Justice League, Whedon's Justice League, is just not it. Anyway, y'all, this is just an opinion piece basically, looking back at Justice League. I'll be doing Dawn of Justice next, and then Man of Steel. I'm hoping to have a guest come on with me and talk about it, because I know some of the issues people have with that film, and I want to discuss it with somebody who's more of a professional in in certain areas. So look forward to that. Check back for that. Click on any of the buttons, the subscribe button, one of the previous videos that might be flashing right now. Watch more videos from your boy. Come back and see me. Enjoy yourself and guard your heart.